Hi everybody, I'm Steve.
And I'm LG.
And welcome back to Offsides.
And what a week 8 it was, if that makes any sense. I was not looking so good.
There were a lot of late finishes, a lot of overtime games. It was a crazy week 8 overall.
We had some ties. I gave you guys a must and a bust that were indeed reversed. Ty Montgomery did not even play, and Jordan Howard had the game of his life. So you're welcome if you had him on the bench. I fully take responsibility for that.
We all make mistakes.
We're going to breathe, recover, and bring you week number 9. Here we go.
Our fantasy football musts and busts.
This week I took a look at wide receivers, and my must for the week, I have him on 2 teams. It's my boy Michael Thomas from the New Orleans Saints. They're going against San Francisco this week, and we all have seen that secondary. They've given up 15 touchdowns to opposing wide receivers this season, so I think Michael Thomas is looking sharp. My fantasy bust for the week, I hate to do it to you, bro. Mike Wallace, you are sitting this one out. Even though you're going against your old team in Pittsburgh, I think it's just not going to happen for you. The Steelers' defense is looking way too good. They've also given up the fewest fantasy points, the 4th fewest fantasy points to wideouts with only 3 touchdowns this season. So I think you're going to get a little denied there, bro.
My must of the week comes from the Kansas City Chiefs and in many leagues the waiver wire, Mr. Charkandrick West. I think he's going to put up some decent numbers this week. He'll be starting in place of a concussed Spencer Ware, and Jamal Charles just got placed on IR this week. They're going up against the Jacksonville defense, who's been very, very weary against the run. I see West having a good day filling in. And my bust of the week, I have him on one of my teams, Todd Gurley from St. Louis Rams. Wow. Los Angeles Rams. They did move in the offseason.
That's right. I didn't even catch that.
Wow. Anyway, Mr. Gurley has only allowed 3 yards a carry this year. He had a huge breakout rookie season. Terrible second year. Going up against the Carolina D, who has allowed the 3rd fewest rushing yards this year. I think Gurley, you might have to start him if you don't have much else to work with. I just don't see him having a big day. Sorry, Todd. Our Suicide
Survivor
Eliminator Pick of the Week.
If you're still in it and you need options, we got Dallas going against Cleveland this week. Looks good. I also think that New Orleans at San Fran is going to be a hot one.
There are, again, 6 teams on bye this week. We got you covered with our waiver wire pickups.
If you're in need of a wide receiver and Sammy Coates is on the wires, you might want to pick him up this week. I think he's going to have a really big game against Baltimore. For every target, he averages 17 yards at least. So, hey, at least he's putting the numbers up.
Running back wise, he was my must of the week, Charkandrick West. If he's still available in your leagues, definitely give him a look.
Who do you think?
That you think.
Atlanta, Kansas City, Minnesota.
Giants, Dallas, Miami. Baltimore, New Orleans, Carolina.
Green Bay, San
Tennessee,
Diego, Denver,
Oakland,
Seattle. We had a lot of trouble with that last one. As always, we would like you to play along too, so submit your picks in the comments below and we'll shout you out. Like we got to do this week to our friend
Kaiser Soze.
Oh, interesting name there, Kaiser Soze.
Never heard that one before, sir.
Kaiser, my friend, had 10 correct, so congratulations. Keep on playing along. And now, the best part of the show.
You've been putting up with us for the last few minutes for this. Let's see it.
Kansas City. Okay, Burt. I see you're switching it up here. Kansas City is playing against Jacksonville.
At home, and again, I've been talking about Kansas City running backs this whole time. Nick Foles is probably going to start in place of the injured Alex Smith. Jacksonville's had a lot of problems this year. I don't know. I think Burt's off to a good one with this.
Burt is now 5-2?
3.
5-3. All right, Burt.
All right, Burt. We got to see it. And that about does it for Offsides Week 9 edition.
I don't know if you guys could tell or not, but we have some pretty different digs going on. I mean, you might not be able to notice because of the green screen, but we're filming from a hotel room in Philly. What up, Philly friends?
Hi guys, we're on this nice bouncy couch, and if I might play my cards right, there is a trampoline place across the street. I'm just saying.
For Offsides, I'm LG.
I'm Steve.
See you next time.